Hey y'all. How y'all doing first of all? Let's see. Okay, so this is what am I supposed to be talking about? Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. I'm so ecstatic I couldn't even remember what I was supposed to be telling y'all. Ooh, my eyelash. You almost knocked my eyelash off. Okay, so I went to the chiropractor today, right? And okay, he did the x-rays last week. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this and addressing this is because a lot of sickle cell patients have back pain, but we associate the pain to the disease. And a lot of doctors associate our pain to the disease. So a lot of times we're suffering from something else, including with the pain from the sickle cell, and aren't aware of it. And because sickle cell, the symptoms are so much like other symptoms of different ailments, is something that's looked over. So for years I've been having this back pain. When I'm in crises, seem like it's worse. So I just equated it to my sickle cell. God laid it on my heart that it was something else going on. So I go to Kroger one Saturday. Funny how things happen. I said, well, God, I really can't afford a chiropractor. Chiropractors are pretty expensive, and most insurances don't pay for them, Medicare nor Medicaid. Now, Medicare will pay a portion, but they only pay for certain things. They don't pay for the exam, and they don't pay for x-rays or any other tests needed. So this was an issue. Money also was an issue. So I prayed about it, and I said, well, God, I know something is going on. You know, over the years, my back hurts me worse. I know I do have bone infarctions in my hips, which is an issue. So I said, God, you know, if it's your will and if it's you, then I ask for favor for you to open that door for me to get treated or get checked out. I go to Kroger's, which is the local grocery store here, with my dad, and lo and behold, there's a table at the front of Kroger's. Do you have back pain? And so I walked over to the table and I said, you know, what are you doing? She said, well, we're offering a free consultation and a free 25-minute massage on the hydro massage. And I'll fill out all the information right then and there. I got to meet the doctor. He's not like some of these quack chiropractors. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They got a business, but they really ain't got no business having a business. Okay, yeah. He the real deal. And we sat and we talked. He explained things to me. He actually was very informative, things that I didn't know. And he had a basic understanding of sickle cell, which was really helpful, and it's rare also. So I make an appointment with him, and he just was the nicest guy. His name is Dr. Cornies. So if you're local here in the Mid-South, you can go see him, Dr. Cornies. And I'll put up the information if you all want or are interested in it, if anybody watching is in the area. But he's one of the best of the best. I see him last week. He do the x-rays and everything. He's been doing the hydro massage, which is a machine you lay on. It's kind of like, remember the water beds back in the 80s? It's like a water bed, and the waves massage your body, and it works. It works a lot. So we've been doing that. Today was the first day to get an adjustment. And with sickle cell, you have to be really careful about manipulating your joints, because you don't want to exacerbate a crisis and cause more pain. So a lot of chiropractors I've met weren't comfortable working on me once they found I had sickle cell. But like I said, he's very knowledgeable, and he's very caring. So come to find out, my several of my vertebrae, I have bone spurs, the lower back, and in my neck, and the middle of my back. And I'm also misaligned. I have a curvature in my back and a curvature in my neck. I also have some inflammation in between my disc bulging and potentially a pinched nerve. That's a lot going on. And a lot of this, I'm not sure yet, so don't quote me on this, but I'm believing that the bone infarctions that I have in my hips, which is caused by not getting adequate blood supply and oxygen to those areas, I'm believing that the sickle cell is contributing to the damage in my spine. And it's so important I make this video, because other sickle cell patients, being proactive is really the best way. We don't want to wait till we're at the point where we're almost in a wheelchair before we get help. So that's why it was so important for me to do this video. And if you can't afford a chiropractor, and you have to be really careful about who you go to. Just because they call themselves a chiropractor, doesn't make them safe. It's best to choose someone that has basic knowledge about your illness, especially if you have someone that has been to this doctor before. So those are the best ways to choose someone. Another option is asking your doctor if you're having back pain, or even if you're not, because the pain in my neck was barely noticeable, and my neck was in worse condition than my lower back, to my surprise. Because we have a high pain tolerance, and because we take pain medication, occasionally, well, actually often, because we have pain often. Most of us do. A lot of things aren't hurting us as bad as they would be. So the pain medication kind of masks potential problems. So it's very important to be proactive. And if you haven't had x-rays done on your spine, and if you're having back pain, or even if you're having mild discomfort or headaches or migraines, it would really be a good thing to get that checked out. Being proactive is the best way. And I told my daughter, I was like, there's no way, I don't want to end up in a wheelchair because I didn't take proper precautions for myself. And even though my income is really not substantial enough to pay for doctors, there are doctors that will do free consultations and will work with you. It's just a matter of you contacting people. Just sit down in front of the computer and find some people and call around. They have websites now like Yelp, and you can go on Yelp, YELP.com, and you can check and see what other people's experience was with that doctor. And if you have Medicare, and a lot of sickle cell patients that are on disability do, the red, white, and blue card, some chiropractors accept Medicare, and if I'm not mistaken, Medicare would pay 80%, which is a very big percentile. So it can be affordable. It's not one of those things where it's so expensive you can't do it. You're just going to have to call around and see and try it like I did, and pray. Praying is the most important thing. God will lead you. He will give you peace about it. You'll know where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do. God will give you peace. If you don't have peace in your spirit, then don't. Because I've been to a few doctors and I felt uncomfortable, and I went through with it anyway, and I found out the hard way why I didn't have peace in my spirit. And not to put anybody down, but I'm just saying some people just ain't they ain't right. They not right. And people getting degrees online and everything else. Y'all hear about the people dying from fake doctors doing plastic surgery. I mean, it's a lot of that out here. So you do have to be careful. And it's good to check around and check your resources. Well, check your sources. And then you'll know whether or not you can afford it. And for me, this is affordable. He's working with me because sickle cell is kind of untouched territory. There are a lot of chiropractors that probably would be curious and would love to help you, because this is a learning process for them, and which will bring up their clientele and make them have more a bigger audience of people they can help because they have experience from you. So that's a smart thing to do when you go to these doctors. Let them know about your illness. Let them know things, and they may have a curiosity about it, and they're willing to work with you because of that. And in my case, that is the case. He, was curious to see the effects. And it just worked perfect. And, so I had my adjustment today, the first time. My pelvic was not aligned. My left leg was shorter than the other, and that was because of the misalignment. He was very gentle, and they have to be gentle. You have to be very careful manipulating joints on sickle cell patients, and y'all know that. But I feel a difference. I feel a really big difference. As soon as I was adjusted, and he's doing it little by little. As soon as he made that first adjustment, I felt the difference. And because when I'm in pain, I bend over, and I'm like this, and hunched over, and rocking. So the weight is not proportioned. My posture isn't right when I'm in crisis pain, and that adds to the problem. So, so definitely, if you haven't, get that checked out. Like I said, it's better safe than sorry. But, so I miss y'all. I thank you so much, all the people that send me encouragement, all the people that have questions and comments. Continue to send your messages. I'm a little backed up. If I haven't gotten to you, I will. And that's it. So thank you. I love you all. I say that and I mean it. I know you're like, you don't know me. How you going to tell me you love me and you don't know me? Well, I love you. I'm a Christian, so I'm supposed to love everybody, but I actually mean it. All right. Oh, y'all see my wigs hanging back there in the background? Yeah, y'all know I love my hair. Okay, well, bye. Peace out.